Welcome back, fellow mobile gaming fanatics. Apologies, it's been on a sneezing fit and I still feel like I'm about to sneeze some more. I'm MyTyme, this is NHL Supercard 2K17 and I'm here to show you my very disappointed face. That's my disappointed face for the most recent event. So as you can see there, I ranked 119. Now, in my defense, I could have ranked higher, but I stopped playing towards the end of the event with about an hour and a half to go, just less, because I realised I could not get enough points to get in the current top 100. Now, with it being over New Year's and me doing things on New Year's Eve and part of New Year's Day, I missed out on 2 whole days of play and the afternoon of the New Year's Day itself. So yeah, I played through and I got about 3,500, maybe more of these points in fact, on New Year's Day, and I probably could have put in a bit more. Yeah, you needed about 7,000 points. I was kind of stupid because I put a few credits in to try and help me, and I probably should have realised that if 7,000 points wasn't a realistic target, which it needs to be kind of where you're aiming, between 6,500 7,000 to try and get the top 100 in these events, then I shouldn't have bothered. So I kind of feel I'll put a bit of time and effort into this for absolutely no reason, because I've got a reward that I don't particularly want, and all I've done is spend credits for it. But nonetheless, let's come through and I will show you here. As you can see, so 100 ended at 7,255. So unless I was going to be closer to that target, I could tell with an hour and a half to go I had no chance. Best case scenario was going to pick up about 600-700 points. You know, you can get a game a minute if you're using double picks, and I did have some left. I just left them pick doublers. 600 points an hour. You're hoping for maybe an hour and a half. You take a little break, you know, do a few things, misclick, lose a game or two. Maybe 750 points would be the best case scenario. It wasn't putting me anywhere near 7,000 plus points, so I gave up. Now if we just come and look, I was going to give a call out to the top. So I know I'm going to say the guy wrong, okay? I know it looks like Eachel, but it isn't. It's probably... We're going to say the guy. I know he is a player, but I don't know how to pronounce his name. We're going to say Eachel15, which is going to be wrong. But hey dude, thanks for your support in the comments as well. I know you do comment a lot on my NHL videos, and I know you did say you were trying to stay at the top for the event. So congratulations for doing that. Unfortunately, they don't give you any rewards for the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that they should give you some rewards to go with it. It's just my personal opinion. If they want to encourage people, fine, give rank 1 to 25 the top rewards, but I give the top 5 or the top 10 something on top like credits. And although that wouldn't necessarily be much, because for the majority of people you would have used credits anyway to get there, it's kind of still encouraging you to buy credits to play in that, because even if you got X amount of credits back, it would be some kind of rate back to you get into that position, and then you're only going to use those credits either in the future event or in the game to buy packs anyway. That's what I think. But with that said, original 6 in second. Hey dude, congratulations yourself as well. You've got over 8, Pavelski, Rabir, Tom, I'm broke 37. Probably you will be broke if you keep playing these games and buying credits, I'll tell you that much. Okay, what's that? Zeperondont. J Money 1014, Connor Rayman 1507. You got Frank, you got Uki 7521, RJ Silver, Igwig, Court Users, Big Black Junior or JRTDH11. How's it going? Honzagi, YouTube, Defaki Boy, Mr. Clean, Araining, Kabaji, Winterhawks. Now one thing I'm knowing, I haven't seen a few new names like popping up in these, which I haven't seen before, which is probably good for the game. You got Balfi, Kaluganin 85, Jabronis, Orange SC, Green Fly Night 1, Julijan 2005, Cougar, Seas. You got Bazudum, ERND, no idea who that is, never seen you before, but it looks like another player who's beginning to grind, hopefully helps the game. Got Alpina Rapids, Azuka 16, Owen Wilkinzed, The King 929, Bolodasios, Jippo, Motherluckers, Flasheye, TJ, Jeff, Slick D, Crosscheck, Shotty, Tommy 4423 and Talik Lizzie. So yeah, there's only a couple of names there that I really recognise or have noticed. Maybe some of the more regular players didn't play over the New Year's, and that's why we're not seeing him in the leaderboards. But here we go. So I have got this Ryan McDonough, who I've just pro'd already. I get 2 of him and 1 of the, what's his name again? Zibanejad. So I won't be using him. He's going straight into the food. I will still probably pro this Ryan McDonough because I'm running out of cards to train, and at this stage still having another Epic Pro will help me. It will help me in my road to the championship, and it will technically help me in my season. So if we come to season, I need to work on this because I'm starting to fall behind slightly. You will see here I have no energy. I'm completely dead. I need to play some matches, which I'm going to be doing shortly after this, get my team charged up again. But there aren't a huge number of pros near it. I have a position here open, which would be Victor Hedman, so he could be replaced by a pro. I could replace, no, not Klimberg. I think that's it, action defence. Yeah, so Hedman could come in. Everyone else is a pro apart from down here, which is Duncan and Seth, but Duncan Keith. But it's still a legendary card, so it's kind of almost as good as an Epic Pro. Okay, not quite, but almost. So that Ryan McDonough, yeah, fine, it'll be a duplicate, so I've already got him here, as you will see. But still, it will help my season, and especially if a new tier is in the wings, if it's looming, I will need a few more of those epic cards to give me a chance to progress through and get the legendary cards in the events, like Road to the Championship, because I need legendary cards to help me in my seasons, and obviously to help me progress into the next tier, which is likely to be Star tier. And you've got Star Weekend coming up as well, Star Weekend in the NBA, so it does look like Star tier, at least in this game, and in NBA is going to be coming out. But yeah, so it's not the worst reward in the world. It's not a reward that I would have particularly wanted to spend credits to get, to be honest with you, but unfortunately that's where we're stuck. I am obviously aiming to get into the finals here like last time. That's the aim. Got a good chance to do it, I think, especially if I'm energized up. Standings at the moment show me here, where am I? 4th. Okay, so it looks like Kingdom for the Cup and Godric. Alex Ninja's probably similar position to me. Let's just have a very quick look, actually. Who am I looking for? So Godric, we lost. Let's just see what he's playing. Okay, so he's got a lot of epic pros, to be honest with you. Depending on how the games were called, I potentially could beat him. Now, unfortunately, I've got a few more epic singles than I would like. He's probably got a fractionally better team than me. And Kingdom for the Cup, because I wouldn't have been energized. Let's just see what his is like. And kind of similar position, yeah. So probably both of those guys would end up beating me. They've probably got a few more epic pros than I do. But if the game's went in my favour, I have a chance. Getting to the finals is going to be difficult. I probably need to make sure that I can finish in the top 4 and try and avoid them to the semis. And at least in the semis, I get those 2 epic. Oh, I get 1 legendary in the semi. Okay, cool. I want to try and make it to semis, yeah. So we're going to work on that in just a moment. Now, there's not a lot really to bring you, but I will show you one thing. Okay, this was the team that I was running for the Rivals Clash. Now, just as a little tip for people, I probably should have bought this out when the Rivals Clash was on, but for those you maybe who play it and play it quite aggressively, if I'm going to do well, I don't necessarily want to remind everyone while I am grinding, so it's kind of a good idea to show them afterwards, and it's up to you whether you decide to use it in the next Rivals Clash or not. I just happen to be at the top of the legendary tier because that's the way it works, but I was sacrificing potentially a pool because I wanted to use my 3 best cards. Oops. With the idea being that, how do I put this? I'm going to win all my games 2-1. I've got 3 cards to sacrifice. I'm sacrificing every goalie match. I'm going to try and win the other 2 games. Now, in a perfect world, this card here would also be an event card. So I'd have Rivals Clash card, and whatever. Endurance, or it doesn't matter. But I've had 3 event cards and then 3 common cards. And that would pretty much guarantee me a win for the majority of the games in Rivals, at least 95% of the games, probably more in Rivals Clash. Now, I mean, I was probably winning 95% of the games myself anyway with this system. But when people are using a similar system to you and you come up against them and you're not just constantly clicking the +5 or +10, then you could come in unstuck, should we say, if you come against somebody who's running a similar system and you don't have all event cards. But the idea is you throw the goalie match away and you make sure you win the other 2 quarters, because the goalie match is going to take 2 of your 6 cards and you must be left with 1 card. Okay, you will always be left with 1 card just in case there's overtime. So the goalie takes the goalie card, which is your worst card, one of your worst cards, and you use one of your other worst cards. Then the next 2 periods, you know you're going to be given either 2 single matches, we can use both your event cards, or 1 single and 1 dual person match, which is then up to you if you're going to use both the events in the dual match or the regular legendary card. It kind of depends. I mean, I'd normally recommend, if the dual match comes up first, to use both of your event cards to try and guarantee yourself the win, because then hopefully your legendary will win the later match. But obviously it does depend on the order that the games are called, because that then depends what cards the computer AI puts out. And if your goalie, for example, is called out first and you're thrown away, the computer AI may use both or one of your opponent's event cards, and that's going to make it a lot easier for you to win, because you're going to be coming up against common and uncommon cards later on. Now, there is a alternative tactic which anyone can use. Okay, I've never used it myself, but if you don't care about the pools, the idea is you just put in common and uncommon cards, and then you just power up the common cards, because you will come up against bots basically of all common cards, and you're basically going to win every game, because all the human players don't use that tactic apart from 1 or 2. So you will come up against 1 human player in a blue moon. But the idea is you run the same like this, except for you put in, say, 3 common cards, pro them up if you want to, train them up a bit, and you're going to be so far down in the ranks that you're just going to come up against bots with all, say, common cards or uncommon cards. And if you say it had 3 common cards and 3 uncommon cards, and you pro'd your uncommon cards, when you're coming up against just regular common cards, you're going to win. So you'll be throwing away 2 cards, for example, goalie and another one against uncommon cards, and you'll be winning all the other matches because your cards are powered up. And because you're not coming up against human opposition, you don't have to worry about event pro cards if you're in legendary tier. You don't have to worry about people sandbagging, which is kind of what this is called. Although remember, it's not against the rules, it's in the rules. The game allows you to do this. The idea of just managing your deck to try and find an advantage in an event like this. But you could do that. You could have 3 uncommon cards here, make them all pros, and you could go through winning games. Now what that's going to do is you're going to sacrifice any pulls, okay? Because you're going to consistently get rare cards, which can be a top tier, so your pool resets can keep getting reset. You're not going to get any legendary cards, epic cards, ultra rare cards, or whatever tier you're in. But the trade-off is, if it guarantees you 2 event cards, it's obviously worth it. If you have to spend, for example, 3,500 credits to get it, it's worth it. It's going to cost you 3,500 credits to get 1 legendary alumni card. It'll cost you 7,000 credits to get 2 of those, and you're not even guaranteed a pro. If you spent 7,000 credits in this event, you're guaranteed a pro, and it's going to be one of the best cards in the tier. Okay, so if you can get it without spending credits, just by completely and utterly grinding, it's worth sacrificing your top tiers. Because say you would have got 2 legendary cards, 2 legendary singles, even if they made a pro, they wouldn't be as strong as the card you're getting from the event. So it is actually a worthwhile tactic for all of you who can bear to play those games and are happy to sacrifice potentially that pool. Now, I didn't get a legendary card in this event, so I technically could have done it and just reset my account and started again. But I don't know, I can't bear to. Maybe I will do that in one of the future ones. Maybe I'll do it just to show you guys. I'll just play it all the way through and see how I do. But yeah, if you are struggling and you want to get these cards and you're in the lower tiers, that's how you can do it, guys. That's how you can get the points. Doesn't matter if you're in ultra rare and epic tier and you say you're struggling to win all the +5s, run that uncommon common strategy and you'll find yourself breezing through the games to put yourself in that top 100. Probably shouldn't have told you all that, really, for those who didn't know it, because you're only going to come and bite me in the butt. But competition's healthy, who cares? So I'm going to cut this out here anyway, because there's nothing really else to show you. I've had no pulls. My season is coming towards the grudge match areas, the knockout bits, so I'm going to have to get to work on some energies for that. So next video will show you the next event. It will show you those rewards, and depending on the event, maybe I will do an event tip beforehand this time to, you know, help those you maybe who just started or struggle in the event. As I said, didn't really want to give that RC tip out earlier about the common, uncommon, and how to do your teams like kind of the best way. I mean, take that last picture of my team. If you're in epic tier, just replace these legendary pros for epic pros. You know, it works exactly the same. Make sure you still stay in your top tier if you're still trying to get pulls from that tier while you're playing, but you just run commons or uncommons depending what you need to do, and then you run the 3 your best cards you possibly got, and you try and win it 2-1. Well, with that said, I'm going to sign out. I've got to go back to some grinding. In the next video, I will maybe bring in a bit of gameplay as well. If I think I'm getting closer to a legendary pull, then if I don't get anything soon, maybe I will do a little bit of video, record some of it, see if I can get the pull on camera, and then maybe edit it into the video. But we'll just have to see how that goes. Let me know if you had a good New Year's Eve, what you got in the event as well. Obviously, I've gone through some of you, but there's quite a lot of you missing who normally end up in the top 100. So let me know why you didn't go for the event. Is it because you were too busy? Is it because it was just more competitive than you expected? A bit more competitive than I expected. I was hoping maybe about 6,000 points might get me the card or close, and when I realised obviously it wasn't, I quit. But let me know what your opinions were in the comments below, and if you have liked the video, please leave a like in the, I always want to say the box, please click the like button, that's better, below, to help support me. And hopefully if a new tier and stuff comes out and I can manage my finances, maybe I will be able to bring a pack opening or a couple from the new tier as well. So thank you very much, people. I've been MyTyme. I'm going to sign out now and get to grinding. See you all soon.